So if you've ever gone through surgery, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The recovery. It can be such a slow, frustrating process. But what if there's a hidden engine, something you can tap into to really supercharge your healing? Well, in this explainer, that's exactly what we're going to uncover. We'll show you what it is and, more importantly, how you can use it to get back on your feet feeling like yourself way faster. Let's dive in.
Okay, so you did it. You made it through the surgery. The doctors gave you the thumbs up, said everything went according to plan. But now, you're just stuck. Day after day, you feel completely drained, you're sore, and you're getting more and more frustrated. You thought you'd be bouncing back by now, right? Well, if that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. This kind of lingering exhaustion is incredibly common. But the reason behind it, well, it's probably not what you're thinking. Over the next few minutes, we're basically going to crack the code on recovering from surgery. We'll kick things off by digging into the mystery of why healing can be so slow. Then, we'll take a look under the hood, so to speak, to see what your body is actually going through. We're also going to shine a light on some really common mistakes that can completely sabotage your recovery. And then we'll give you a practical toolkit to make sure you avoid them. And stick around, because at the end, we'll share a really powerful and maybe a little surprising strategy to kick your healing into overdrive.
All right, first things first, let's solve this mystery of slow recovery. We're always told, just get some rest after an operation. And look, rest is definitely important, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. The real reason your recovery might be dragging its feet is often something that gets overlooked every single day.
So what's the culprit? It's your diet. Yep, that's it. What you eat or what you don't eat after surgery is arguably the single most important factor in how fast you heal. Think about it. Food is the fuel for your body's repair crew. And if you're not giving that crew the right materials, the whole construction project just grinds to a halt. You're trying to rebuild a house with no bricks and no power. You're basically just running on fumes. So why is nutrition so critical? To really get it, we need to understand what's actually happening inside your body after an operation. You might be lying on the couch, but your body isn't resting at all. It's actually a full-blown construction site, and it's working 24/7 on overdrive to repair all the damage. You see, after surgery, your body kicks into this emergency mode. It's called the surgical stress response. It's kind of like a 5-alarm fire bell going off inside you. First, it triggers massive inflammation. That's why you feel so sore and swollen. Your immune system then goes on high alert, like a security force trying to prevent any infections. And here's the really wild part. Your body gets so desperate for resources that it starts breaking down its own muscle tissue just to get the building materials it needs for repairs. It is literally tearing itself down in one area to build itself up in another. So what does this internal construction site need to get the job done right? It really boils down to three main things. First and foremost, protein. These are the bricks and mortar, the absolute building blocks for any new tissue. Second, it needs vitamins and minerals. Think of these as the power tools for the construction crew, especially things like vitamin C and zinc. Without the right tools, the workers just can't do their jobs properly. And finally, it needs energy, plain and simple, in the form of calories. This is the electricity that powers the entire operation. No power, no work gets done, period. Okay, now that we know exactly what your body is crying out for, let's talk about the mistakes that can completely derail your recovery. These are the unseen roadblocks, the common traps that people fall into that end up sabotaging their body's best efforts to heal, and they often don't even realize they're doing it. Let's start with the absolute biggest one. Mistake number one, not getting enough protein. It's probably the most common and the most damaging mistake people make. You know, your appetite is often gone after an operation. And what's the first thing you don't feel like eating? Usually, it's those heavier, protein-rich foods, and that's a huge problem.
I mean, just look at the consequences here. Slow wound healing, a weaker immune system, even a higher risk of infection. It's pretty serious stuff. But the fix? It's actually really simple. Just make a conscious effort to eat some protein with every single meal. Focus on things like chicken, fish, eggs, even beans and lentils. Give your body those building blocks it's desperate for.
All right, the second big mistake is a little more subtle. It's not just about what you're eating, but when you're eating it and whether you're staying hydrated. Your body's ability to process food changes a lot after surgery. Your whole digestive system is kind of sluggish, and at the same time, your need for fluids is way higher than usual. So getting the timing and hydration wrong can be just as bad as eating the wrong stuff. So, what's the solution? Again, it's simple. Instead of 3 big heavy meals, try eating 4 to 6 smaller ones throughout the day. This is so much easier on your digestive system, and it helps your body actually absorb the good stuff.
And please, don't forget to hydrate. Constantly sip on water, herbal tea, or clear soups all day long. It keeps your blood flowing and helps flush out all the junk.
Now, this third mistake is a huge one, and honestly, it feels totally backwards. It's the fear of food. So many people worry about gaining weight while they're laid up after surgery, so they decide to cut back on calories. This is, without a doubt, one of the worst things you can possibly do for your recovery.
Here's the deal. You might be resting on the outside, lying in bed, but your body is running a marathon on the inside. It is burning a ton of calories to manage inflammation and rebuild all that tissue. If you don't give it the fuel it needs from your food, guess where it's going to get it? It'll start breaking down your healthy muscle for energy. This just makes you weaker and slows down your healing even more. Okay, so we've spent a lot of time talking about the problems and the mistakes. Now, let's get to the good stuff, the solutions. In this section, we're going to give you a straightforward, practical toolkit to really fuel your recovery. No weird diets, no complicated rules, just a few powerful principles you can put into practice today. Here it is, your 4-step playbook for healing. Number 1, prioritize protein. Make it the centerpiece of every meal and snack. Number 2, add color. We're talking about eating the rainbow. A plate full of colorful fruits and vegetables is packed with those vital vitamins and minerals. Number 3, hydrate smartly. Just sip on fluids all day long. And number 4, keep your blood sugar stable. The easiest way to do that is to always pair any carbohydrates with some protein or healthy fats.
So let's get specific on protein. How much do you actually need? Well, a really good target to shoot for is between 1.2 and 1.5 grams of protein for every kilogram of your body weight. Now don't worry, the math is easy. If you weigh about 150 pounds, that's roughly 68 kilograms, so you'd be looking at somewhere between 82 and 102 grams of protein a day. Just to give you some perspective, a single chicken breast has around 30 grams of protein. So you can see, we're talking about a significant amount to really fuel that recovery process.
We are almost there. We've covered the fundamentals, the absolute must-dos, but I have one more strategy to share, and this one can really take your recovery to the next level. Now, it's a little unconventional, it might even sound a bit strange at first, but is a powerful way to work with your body's natural healing intelligence.
The secret weapon? It's a modified form of intermittent fasting. Now, let me be crystal clear about this. This is something you should only even consider under the direct guidance of your doctor. This is not about starving yourself, not at all. It's simply about being strategic, eating within a specific window of time each day. This gives your digestive system a much-needed break, allowing your body to redirect all that energy away from digestion and toward healing.
And the potential upsides of this timed approach are pretty impressive. By giving your digestive system that rest, you can help reduce your body's overall inflammation. And when you do eat, your body might actually be better primed to absorb all those crucial nutrients. But most importantly, it just frees up so much precious energy to focus on what really matters, kicking your body's own incredible natural repair processes into high gear.
So, when you boiled it all down, what's the key takeaway? Recovery is not a passive process. It's not something that just happens to you. It's an active process. You can't just lie back and wait for it to be over. You have to actively participate by giving your body the right fuel at the right time. Nutrition truly is the key that unlocks your body's amazing, built-in ability to heal itself.
So, I want to leave you with a question to think about. Now that you know that nutrition is your biggest ally, what is the first small change you can make today to take back control of your recovery? Maybe it's just adding a scoop of protein powder to your morning smoothie. Maybe it's setting a timer on your phone to remind you to drink water every hour. Whatever it is, no matter how small it seems, just remember that every single one of those little steps gets you closer to a full, fast, and strong recovery. Thanks for watching.